Good morning and welcome back to PhotoJoseph's Photo Memo. We're in the Q&A section. We just did a show on building LUTs, so if you haven't seen that, make sure you click up here, watch that first, then come back to the Q&A. We are now going to try and answer any questions that may have come up during the live show or come up now about this or, frankly, any topic that you want. So let's start off by switching over to the comments, bring those up here, and Mr. Ben says, you've got a GX9 to play with. Very cool, Ben. Love that camera. It's a beautiful thing. I'm excited to hear what you think of it. Stuart McIntyre, hello from the UK. Greetings back to the UK. Long-time watcher, first-time chat member. Well, thank you and welcome. Thank you for the massive value shared through all your videos and live sessions. Oh, well, you're welcome and thank you for saying that. I do appreciate it. Incidentally, if you have a question for me, make sure you put a PhotoJoseph in the chat. I'm pointing the wrong way. Put PhotoJoseph on here so that I see it on screen red like I'm seeing these here. Stuart also says, I have a 100 to 400, fantastic, now outside warranty, with noisy focus. Official Panasonic repair says no parts are available, so paid replacement is an only option. Have you heard of something similar? Never heard of that before. No parts are available. That's odd. Noisy focus. Could it be that something got in there, like you got dirt or sand inside of it? I'm not quite sure what you mean by noisy focus, but that's about the only thing I could think of. That's interesting. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you get that resolved. Tukundane says, I'm excited to be here for the first time. Well, Tukundane, we're excited to have you here. Jake, does Lightroom have any built-in presets for color if you're working with something like a passport? Okay, he's talking about the ColorChecker passport, which, hey, look, I can wander off and get mine because I'm no longer tethered to the wall. And let me find mine. Where is it? Somewhere, here we go. What Jake is talking about, I think what Jake's talking about, is the X-Rite ColorChecker passport. You have these for video and for stills, one of these guys right here. So Lightroom doesn't have this built into it, but the plugins that you need when you buy this are free, or come with it, or whatever. You can download it from their website. You install that into Lightroom, and then when you pull in a photo that's been taken of this, you run the whole thing on it. Now, we actually did a video on that. We'll link to that. It's been a while. But I'll link to that up here. We will be doing that. These are fantastic if you want to have a solid baseline color that you know is accurate, like for a catalog photo shoot type of a thing. Very, very useful. So Jake, if that's not what you meant, let me know. And Jake, thank you again. Jake sent me the wireless monitor because Jake's awesome. Thank you, Jake. Let's see here. Next up, Chris says, thank you for sharing so freely your extensive research. Why, thank you, Chris, for saying so. That's the fun of the show, doing all this fun research and getting all this good information. You know, the best way to learn is to teach, honestly. So many of these things, I wouldn't, you go, oh, yeah, I'll figure that out one day, and then you kind of half figure it out, and you go, okay, well, let's do it. But then you realize, well, if I'm going to talk about it, I should probably actually do some research and really know what I'm talking about. And that's how so much of this comes together. I just end up doing this research, so I learn a ton. I get to share that knowledge with you, and you guys get to enjoy that. So thank you again for that. Let's see. No, there are no other questions or comments in here. All right. Well, maybe this is going to be a short Q&A show. I hope that was interesting. Well, I know I'm going to babble for a moment because usually some of the questions sneak in here, but if not, we'll bail out. Hope that was interesting to you. I think personally, it's a really fun way to work with building your own LUTs. Given that if you're going to load a LUT onto the camera, which for me is a really cool thing to be able to do, so you have that, high contrast, green shadow, matrixy style look or whatever. You get to see that on the camera or on your Atomos a recorder while you're shooting, and it's not baked into the file, it's just a preview. That is such a cool thing. I shoot with the GH5 and the GH5S in Vlog all the time, and getting that preview on there is awesome. One other thing that I haven't talked about yet, I should show this in a show specifically, but I'm just going to tell you right now. So this is a difference between the GH5 and the GH5S that I discovered by accident. So if you shoot Vlog on the GH5 or GH5S, and you have a preview LUT loaded, on the GH5, you see that preview LUT while you're shooting, but as soon as you hit play, that preview LUT is not applied. You can't see the preview LUT while you're playing it back, so you see the very flat Vlog footage. On the GH5S, when you hit play, you see that preview LUT applied to it, and you can turn it off. I think you could even, I've never tried this, but you should be able to load up other LUTs and try different looks on something you already shot in camera. That's crazy cool. So I was really excited when I discovered that. Again, quite by accident. I was like, wait a minute, I'm seeing the actual look on here. It's funny because the first time I did it, it freaked me out because I hit play and it had the look and I went, oh my God, I had Vlog turned off. Wait, no, it's the LUT being applied. Fantastic. Really cool. Carlos, look at that, see? I knew other questions would come up. Carlos says, does the LUT extension work in Lightroom CC non-classic? No. This is a Lightroom CC cloud version. God, Adobe, you really screwed this up when you made these names, didn't you? The new Lightroom CC cloud-based version does not yet support plugins. I would imagine, okay, they're going to add plugin support. This is obvious. It has to happen. When that happens, whether these plugins will just work natively or they're going to have to be recoded, I don't know. Nobody knows that yet. But no, for today, you have to be using Lightroom Classic, which would be the original Lightroom that's been around forever and ever, to do this. And on his webpage, on the John R. Ellis's webpage, he talks about what versions of Lightroom you have to have. There is a limit. There's a point where older versions that don't work. So, but that's all on his website. And again, link to that down below. Let's see here. Tony says, is Cine like D or V just as good as Vlog for beginners? Interesting way to phrase the question. The first part of the question, is it just as good? No. For beginners, sure. Why not? It's a good starting point. It's a good starting point because Cinelog D, which is D for dynamic range, is supposed to give you more of a dynamic range. Cinelog V, is that V's not video? What is V? I forget. Anyway, Cine D is the one that most people would use. The idea is it gives you more dynamic range. You have a flatter image, nowhere near as flat as if you're shooting log, but it's somewhere in between. When you shoot Cine D, you have to grade. I mean, you might be able to get away without it, but you have to grade. But you don't have to do as much grading, you don't have to do as much work as you do with log. So it would be a good way to shoot that, it'd be a good test to shoot that way for a little while and find if it fits into your workflow, if you're even willing to do this work. Or I think for a lot of people, you just want to shoot and edit and get it out. You don't want to mess around with color grading. If you have to grade, it's obviously going to slow down the editing process. Not everybody wants to do that. So with Cine D, you have to, but it's going to be easier. It's not as much to do. So yeah, give it a shot. That's a fair question. If you are thinking about, should I get the Vlog upgrade for my GH5 and you're unsure whether you want to deal with the extra workflow hassles, shoot in Cine D, see how that goes for you. If you like what you see, then go ahead and spend the money. It's a $100 upgrade to get that to get that Vlog update, and then you'll have it. And incidentally, GH5S comes with Vlog built into it. Okay, that now appears to be the last question. So we're going to cap it off right there. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. That was fun. Hopefully that was educational for all y'all out there. And that's it. Today's Wednesday. Friday show. I forget what Friday show is going to be, but we're going to have one. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.